Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Paul Rand, and with me is my co host, Bernie McDonald. And this is Blasphemous Act on Quark Forge. We're coming to you live from our esteemed local establishment and location sponsor, Northeast Collectibles. They've been very kind to us, so feel free to come down and check them out at northeastcollectibles.net. We have a guest host today with us. It's the chaotic, the illustrious Greg McDonald.
Hey, thanks for having me. Quick question. You gonna be talking like that the whole time? 'Cause that's kind of funny.
No, that's the intro voice.
Oh, I figured.
Yes. So anyway, on today's episode, we're going to discuss stuff about Secret Lair, Commander and Brawl and Bands, favorite Commander cards, the Chocobo bundle that came out last Friday, and how to detect a counterfeit card. Plus, what's coming in 3 weeks. So, with that, just remember all opinions are our own and not representative of any entity or person other than ourselves. Let's begin. Good evening, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Well, hello.
I'm so used to saying evening.
Yes.
This is not our regular gaming stream. I have to
Nope.
remember that.
Nope, it is much earlier.
Yes, much earlier. Okay. So we're starting with Secret Lair issues. There had been a Secret Lair for Monster Hunter. I don't know if you've ever played Monster Hunter.
We played it on stream.
We did?
Yeah, we did Monster Hunter Rise.
I have a terrible memory.
I remember that, and I wasn't even playing.
Show off. They were having a Monster Hunter. Apparently, they're fans. I guess it's a Capcom game.
Yes. Yep.
And people were upset about card choice and things like that. So, Magic Wizards went and said, "Hey, we understand. It's not quite up to what people wanted." Capcom and they agreed. We're going to redo it later, and not release it.
Yep. I think that was a good decision, and frankly, I wish they'd make that decision a bit more often.
Oh, they have made it a few times, but they said it wasn't frequent.
It's not frequent at all. So, I remember it happening and reading all about it and all kinds of opinions and people that were very happy that they seemed to be taking customer feedback and all that. And it's just, there's things that they did with it that I have some fairly big issues about. And it's mostly the disconnect between the in-game lore and the card that was actively being published. And in, I think, all cases, it was already cards that had been published. They were just being published with new art and a new name, and then the original card with a subname. And most of the cards were not at all representative of the entity in the games.
Right.
So I'm going to make a comparison here to Final Fantasy, right? The Final Fantasy set, if you look at Titus Blitzball Ace, he was an original card that was very thematic to what Titus did in the game. If you're playing Titus Blitzball Ace, he attacks and he taps a creature. It's like every time he's taking a shot, right? He knocks out a defender in the game. He knocks out a defender in Magic. I mean, it's beautiful. But what they did was they slapped these other things that really didn't have any related stuff onto the in-game card or the Capcom in-game stuff. It was just a big disconnect. So I really think they needed to go about that differently.
Okay. Any thoughts?
In general, no, but in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and say I wasn't really any kind of fan of the Monster Hunter franchise. I have nothing against it. I've just never really played any of the games, so I don't have any knowledge of what the monsters would do or anything like that. So I would have just accepted, oh, that's what this is, that's what this does. My whole thing about this whole situation is that Magic, in this instance, is listening to customer feedback, which is not, in my opinion, very common.
Say it's uncommon cards. Okay.
Yeah. So, no, I just think this was a good call on their part to do this, to sort of reevaluate what does what, and what would be representative of what.
Fair enough. I'm newer, but it's good to see companies listening to consumers in general. Especially, I mean, let's be honest, it's better for business, typically.
Yeah.
Speaking of new, real quick, how long have you been playing Greg?
How long have I been playing Greg? My
Yes.
whole life.
Oh, congratulations. How long have you been playing Magic?
Since I was about that tall-ish.
Well, the camera doesn't have a floor reference, so we'll need an age.
I don't really. It's been a long time.
As old
Was
as
it?
Bernie? As long as Bernie?
It wasn't revised. It was. Was it revised?
Revised was the
Revised.
first set that we got. It was a Christmas present conjointly.
Oh, so you played at literally the same time?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. If people didn't realize they're related.
Yep. So that was revised towards the end of the Dark, beginning of Fallen Empires.
Fallen Empires.
I love that set.
All
There
right.
was a lot of hate, but I love that set.
Now, with Secret Lair, there was a Polygon story about how they should do a Secret Lair with Korra cards because of the Avatar cards.
Okay.
And now that's obviously not something Magic said they're doing, or
Right.
Wizards have said they're doing. Do you agree? And if so, what specific characters would you want to see besides Zhu Li?
Okay. So, from my perspective, I think it's a bad idea.
Okay.
And I say that because from Avatar to the Legend of Korra, there was a bit of a separation in the audience.
Okay.
And there's people that liked Avatar and did not like the Legend of Korra, right? And I think that riding on the heels of Avatar with this Legend of Korra potential secret lair, I think it would be a bad move. I don't think it would, from a business perspective, I don't think it would sell as much as Wizards would really, really hope it would. Beyond that, if they're gonna do it, they may as well just do the whole series, right? Like, go full in and do the universes beyond, do a whole set.
So a second release of Avatar, essentially.
Essentially, at least then you're capturing the audience that liked the Legend of Korra in a playable way. But I don't really don't think that a secret lair is the way to go about that. There's a lot of chronological separation in the series. There's a lot of new characters. There's a lot of content, and you're not going to fit that into a secret lair or even a series of secret lairs. There's a lot there that they would potentially be able to put into a full set release. And here's the kicker: if they don't do it right, they're going to make the people that liked the Legend of Korra mad, and there aren't as many as liked the Avatar series. So I don't know. I feel like that's that. I don't see that working out for them.
Fair enough.
I was a big fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I really was. When they said, "Hey, we're making Legend of Korra," I was like, "Oh, I'm getting excited for this, right?" I start watching it, and I tried to remain positive about it, but I really just I hate the way that it expanded on the Avatar world. I don't like the way certain things were developed or changed for the world, and I thought it was a net negative. For instance, in Avatar: The Last Airbender, there were certain like bending styles that were rare, that were like highly like you needed a certain level of proficiency to be able to do them. It was like metal bending, right?
Hmm.
As you see in the Magic card.
Well, yeah,
So
there was the
yeah,
top was the first and only.
right. And in Legend of Korra, it was, oh, we've got a whole school for teaching people how to do this, and lightning bending. Well, you do see a few characters using that in Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was typically considered like only the most powerful, can do this kind of thing. And then Legend of Korra, they've got the whole like power plants being run by people lightning bending, and I'm just like, I think it should have remained like a symbol of people being like extremely gifted in their style there. So like that's just one of the things I disliked about Legend of Korra. Another thing being like the technological leap. I feel you don't need to show that type of development to portray time passing in a TV show, and I liked the way the world was better in the original. So I'm against having Legend of Korra being a secret layer or its own set, simply because I don't think it's necessary for Magic. I don't. I think the fans that are fans of Avatar got something,
Hmm.
and I am. I'm just not a fan of just a lot of things about Korra. I felt it was, as I said before, a net negative. So I don't think that's necessary or even a good idea.
Right.
However, I also understand that there are people that really like it as well. So if they do decide to print something like that, I wouldn't actually be complaining about it all that much. I just don't think of it as necessary or even good.
Okay. Um, keep it mostly on Magic here, and that's
Yes,
Korra. But I will say I did want a Julie card. That's why I said Julie excluded, because
I
I think a card saying "do the thing" would be hilarious.
I'm
But
just saying, as a fan of both things, we've all shown that we're fans of Magic. I was also a fan of this world that they're making cards out of as well, and I'm not so sure I'd be a fan of that. But
fair enough.
So I want to point out that the Avatar fans definitely did get something of a set. It has been powerful. Um, I don't know if you've been keeping track of what's going on in Standard and DCI play, but there are airbending decks that are absolutely just like making their mark on Standard play and competitive play.
I noticed it 2 weeks ago when you destroyed me.
Well, yes, I told you airbending's a powerful mechanic, but it's had a very big impact on Standard, um, and I very very much appreciate the shakeup. Well, I mean, it's also riding on the heels of a few key bannings.
What, something VV? Are we?
VV plus others, yes.
Hmm. Okay then. Well, I'm going to let you talk about bands. Funny enough, because that is the next segment. Why figure out why our power is dying. So don't you get to that. I'll work on this.
Okay.
bands, should they or should they not?
So, okay. I personally do not believe they should ban magic cards from competitive formats. If you print it and the player owns it, they should be able to play it. Now, in practice, that's ideology, but in practice, they do not play test their cards enough.
I was just gonna say, I think they should be forced to keep them in the game so that they have to be forced to deal with the consequences of their own actions.
So I'm not gonna go that far,
I'm
but
kidding, but
the thing is, once you buy a Magic card, right, you have that card. It is yours. And then for somebody to turn around and say, no, you cannot play this card, that's just not good. Now, I get that they want to keep the format healthy, but honestly, they need to do that by printing things that are going to keep the format healthy, right? If VV is going to be a problem for standard play, we maybe they should have reconsidered what VV is going to do. He was very powerful. I
yeah,
love VV. I really do.
great character, great card.
Yep. So that is, for me, a big part of why I do not like the bans specifically.
I
Now,
will say there are some things that was like they ban it. I'm just like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense though. Like I get that.
so when you're looking at limited or time limited formats like the standard format, you've got 2 3 years. I haven't even checked what it is. You got 2 or 3 years before those cards rotate out. And if you have cards that are a problem, you can print more cards that will deal with the problem, right? You can correct things in that way. But banning something, especially something like Vivi, where people were spending literally $100 a pop and having 4 in a deck, like it's just I feel like it's a slap in the face to the people who are supporting your business,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Maybe if they're gonna ban it, keep it legal, like in play for X amount of time after it's released to let people get use out of it before turning around and banning it.
Yeah, and Vivi did see a decent
Yeah,
amount of play.
it did.
He
A lot of play.
Yep. So they kind of accomplished that goal. Now, when you're starting to talk about Brawl, which is a MTG Arena format, it's one that we play casually. Um, yes, but it's an MTG Arena format. Now you're looking at a very different way of doing things, right? Those MTG Arena cards, they can be changed. They're digital, right? Yep. Players don't own those cards. They have access to them digitally speaking.
Yeah.
And so if there's a problem, they change the card, which also, in my opinion, is not hugely great, but it's better than banning,
True. True.
right? So they could, in MTG Arena, they could have changed VV to do something else, or changed something that interacts with VV to interact in a different way. And that's great. But at least in Arena, they have a way of compensating people, right? You ban a card, you have 4 of that card. They give you 4 of that rarity wild card, so that you can get other cards of that rarity. Right? If I lost 4 VVs, I'd get 4 mythic wild cards that I can then use to enable another deck. At least there's that, and to me, that's like the minimum. Right? If you're getting rid of something that people have spent their resources on getting, you compensate them for that. The problem then is if you built a deck around Vivi and he's suddenly gone, now you've got 56 other cards. Okay, it's not really 56, but there's lands involved. But you've got these other cards that need to be compensated for. So I really don't feel like. I just feel like it's a bad way of dealing with things. It's better to play test it and make sure everything's interacting properly. And when you publish a card, maybe say, okay, these cards aren't going to be standard legal, right? Which they've done in the past. They've said these sets are good, but they're not going to be legal for play in standard games. And I feel like that's a better way of going about it. In Commander, when EDH really first started, they had relatively small list of banned cards, and they were, you know, it was something that was done by the community and the EDH committee or whatever. So yeah, I think where that's a fan format and fan governed, if they want to take that route, that's fine. You don't have to play those formats. But Magic has the official sanctioned formats that, and to me, that's been an issue, or that's an issue. I would like to see some of the stuff on the Commander ban list get unbanned. Some of those cards have been on there for a while.
Well, I was going to say some of them did somewhat recently get unbanned as well. Been having a lot of fun with some of those.
Yep. The I don't know. There's some cards on there that have been on there for a long time, and those cards have been power crept, and now, frankly, they're fine. They're okay to play in Commander because there's a lot out there that is a bit more broken. But yeah, the rule of thumb with my play group is, in general, if you have the card, you can play the card.
In general, yes.
Yep.
There are some cards that are a little bit more on the ridiculous side that I don't know if I'd be okay with seeing in a normal game.
Like what?
Little girl.
Okay, well, we're talking about like unglued style cards.
1/2 mana for a 1/2, 1/2.
I think
I'm gonna say, in my opinion, that restricts it to needing to be able to cast 2 of them at the same time, so that you can spend the whole mana, as opposed to leaving yourself with half a mana in the pool.
right. I can kind of see that, but on the other hand, from me, if somebody's going to take up a slot in their deck, especially in a commander deck where you have individual cards, you can't get more than one of them. I think that's fine. If they want to throw a 1/2 creature at me, I mean, it's going to be 2 turns before it does anything substantial. Let them do it. The game will be over before it even does anything. To me, that's just like a waste of a card. If they want to gimp themselves, let them do it.
Imagine, like, cheating the little girl into play with another card, and circumventing the half mana, and then you attack with that, or your right of replication that.
Yeah, and if you want to ramp a little girl, do it. If you want to cheat 3,000 of them onto the battlefield, at least you didn't cheat 3,000 10/10s onto the battlefield.
Yes, it's terrible when 10/10s show up just at random, isn't it?
I think it's amazing.
I don't know. Last Friday it sure didn't seem like it, but anyway.
Didn't make much of a difference to me.
No, you were already dead.
I was already dead.
Also, did not really work out for the player.
No. In the end, no, it did not. No, the Angels person won. Yeah. Okay, we do seem to be power stable.
Oh, good.
That took some work. So we're going up by 1% a little bit at a time. So that's good.
All right.
Thank you for covering bands. I wasn't very useful in that anyway. I haven't experienced a lot of them.
Or anything else.
That's okay. We really covered it more conceptually than specifics. So.
Because the only bands I've really been around for is mostly just the VV band, and I only had that in a Commander Brawl deck anyway.
You've been around for more than that. It's just our play group doesn't really play with them.
Well, that
right.
And more. I've been around for more, but not of cards I probably owned.
Right.
Not that I own VV in anything but Brawl Online, but yeah.
Yep, I get it.
I will say, I'm hoping when the Star Trek set comes out next November, which is the set I'm really looking forward to and plan to get a lot of if I can. Sponsors, anyone? I'm hoping that they don't ban a bunch of those. They test them well. And if anyone wants to let us help test them well, I know a couple guys who are really good at making really broken decks.
Yeah, I can probably push things pretty far.
So if you want to move on, we can talk about favorite commanders since we're talking about
Sure.
banning of commanders.
Yeah.
Helps if I use the right mouse. So you can start with yours.
Okay, so I did not bring the printed ones this time. I'm actually going to have to look this up.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess I'll start then because I have mine not printed but looked up already.
Yeah, go for it.
So first one I like, one of the newer ones from Edge of Eternities is Dawn Sire, Sunstar Dreadnought, 5 colorless. It's a spacecraft, which are allowed to be commanders, which is nice. You play it, you station it for 10. It's a little expensive to station it up to that point. It's still not a creature, but whenever you attack, it does 100 damage to any target that's a creature or a planeswalker. So I know there's a planeswalker out there that gets used against me frequently. That their base ability is it's either -1, or I think it's -1, counter on all creatures that attack at that turn. I can't think of the name of it, but the person who placed it against me is looking it up right now. And so this one, you can't hurt the Dawn Sire because it's not attacking it. It's not a creature yet. You haven't gone up to 20 station yet, and it can just wipe it out and clean it up before you station the rest of the way. And now it's a 2020 flying starship that's there to ruin your day.
Yeah, so I have some thoughts on Dawn Sire.
Yes. I do not own this in real life, just online.
Okay, well, I do.
Yes, I know you do. So do other friends.
Yep. It's a fun card. I do not like it for becoming a 2020 creature that just, slams into a player. I do like it for the 100 damage to a creature or planeswalker.
Yes, that's my main use.
Yep. And I especially like having creatures that can then redirect that damage to a player or
Creepy doll.
to a player. Yeah,
Creepy doll.
Creepy Doll would be one of them.
Yes.
And yeah, I think that's a lot of fun. Honestly, 100 damage is excessive, but
Sometimes
sometimes it's excessive.
you get some of these landfall creatures, which I will bring up, by the way, in another commander, and suddenly it's not enough.
Yeah, so there are times where that's going to be the case, but if you're dealing 50 damage or more, and it's not ending the game, something has gone wrong.
Yes, you forgot trample. That's what happened. You forgot trample.
So, yeah. Anyway, Greg, thoughts on Dawn Sire?
It's a spaceship, and I hate it.
Oh, okay.
You're
I
really going to hate the Star Trek release next year.
Oh, I already do. First off, Star Trek. Big fan of Star Trek. I do love Star Trek.
Me too.
Don't think it should be in Magic. One of the biggest themes in Star Trek was magic isn't real. It's science and like natural abilities of higher creatures and stuff. Like,
But Q,
magic isn't. Q was not magic.
no, he was something else.
He was a being who had, abilities, but these abilities were all based in just science. They just had a higher understanding. It's like the exact opposite of what magic is. And so I hate it. I don't think it should be in Magic. I think they should have its own game. Sure, they can use the Deckmaster system to, to create a game.
The Deckmaster system that fade out of anything except for on the back of a Magic card.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. That'd be fine. That'd be fine. I'm just saying, in my opinion, Star Trek has no place in Magic the Gathering. It is also my opinion, Star Wars would be a much better suit for it. I still hate it because starships or whatever in.
What if they were magic,
Magic.
starships?
However, at least Star Wars has space magic in it.
See, now I want to do a Secret Lair for what is it? Wow, my brain just completely. It's 42. It's where 42 comes from.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
That's the one. I want to do it with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and make a starship that's the heart of gold. don't
Good
know
thing
what.
you don't design cards.
Yes, it's a very good thing I don't design cards. But going back to space,
Yes.
science,
Okay.
magic, wasn't there some very, very famous quote about any science, sufficiently advanced enough is indistinguishable from magic?
So stupid.
Okay, but it
Like,
was.
I understand the idea of that, the whole viewpoint of, like, you wouldn't be able to distinguish it. It doesn't make it magic, and it doesn't make magic science.
Well, it could be we just don't understand it yet.
I'm saying magic is magic, science is science. Now, you can have people misunderstanding science and say, hey, that looks like magic because we don't understand it. I get that. It's still science, whereas magic is not.
So what I'm hearing is you want to keep Magic the Gathering, and then have them come out with Science the Laboratory.
Sure.
Okay, get on that, wizards.
It's not quite what I was getting at, but, like, yeah. I like the high fantasy in my high fantasy. It's been high fantasy for way long time.
Since you got that first box for Christmas.
Yeah, and for a long time
Technically
after.
longer before that, but yes.
And thematically, that's just how I feel about it. Now, as far as the card itself, Dawn Sire, right? Bringing it back to that.
Yep.
The actual abilities of the card seem interesting enough. I personally would, I believe, as you as well, typically keep it not as a creature so that it's less targetable with removable.
Or give it
Just to
indestructible,
have
I
that,
suppose.
or make it indestructible. But I'm not against turning it into a 2020 if you have the ability to do that at the right time. Just be aware that by adding the ability to be a creature, you're also making it more vulnerable to cards like Bone Splinters or Murder or what have you.
So the time I find best to turn it into a creature is when the opponent has no cards in hand, and it's your turn, and you've had it on the field for more than one turn. So when you turn into a creature, there's no summoning sickness, and they have no flying, and they have 20 or less health.
Right, that's very specific, but if you can end the game, then absolutely do it. That's,
Yeah.
It's happened many times.
Right. So, like, that's kind of like an exception to the rule, or maybe a subpoint of the overall rule. If you can end the game, do it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
How do
definitely.
you feel about that rule, Greg?
End the game. Do it. Don't leave the opponent at 1 health.
Especially that. I I am
With no creatures on the field.
much happier to not be left at 1 health ever again.
Folks, that will happen again next Friday. So, anyway.
Now that they've taken away my only out in the game, my ability to tap a land for mana and not spend it and take mana burn, to mana burn myself for 1 to get out of the situation
Have you done this before?
many times.
You have very cruel siblings, don't you?
Just one.
Just one. The other one, 2, 25, or 5.
The other ones are cruel in different ways.
All right. Tasha, the Witch Queen, by the way, was that Planeswalker.
Tasha the Witch Queen.
Yes.
Is Tasha the Witch Queen the one with the cauldron?
I have no idea. I just know that she has this ability that when during the next turn, if the opponent attacks the Planeswalker or the player, she puts -1/-1 counters on all attacking creatures or something like that.
That's pretty cool.
No, it's awful.
Is it so?
His one's against you.
Oh, wow.
What colors is Tasha?
Probably black.
It sounds right.
Possibly blue.
Oh, black blue apparently.
Okay, so this is gonna go great in my
Oh, no.
my deck.
Which one?
My Scornful Striker.
Oh.
You know, the one that punishes players for doing absolutely anything.
Oh, you're still creating that, aren't you?
Oh, it's still in the designing process, but I got a bunch of the cards.
Fair enough. So your first commander.
Okay, so my first commander that I'm naming is Vihan Goldwaker. So Vihan is 1 white, red, and black. Enters as 3/3. He's a dwarf warlock. He says, other outlaws you control have vigilance and haste. And for anybody that doesn't know, an outlaw is an assassin, a mercenary, a pirate, a rogue, or a warlock.
I will
They're all
also say,
considered
real
outlaws.
quick, for anyone that doesn't know, Greg is playing with the audience. That's what he's doing.
Ah,
Since
yes.
he's on camera.
It's a little baby. How can I not?
Fair enough.
It's a little baby.
And
We have a young
secondly,
audience anyway.
Vihan says, at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may have treasure tokens you control become 3/3 construct assassin artifact creatures, in addition to their other types until end of turn. So anytime you're creating treasure tokens, you're also creating 3/3 assassins. Yeah, and I think it's really good if you play in a deck, for example, that has a lot of instants. You attack with these things, they get blocked and or killed, sacrifice them for mana, play a spell anyway, right? They have vigilance, so they don't tap when they attack. You can do it. There's a lot that you can do there. And you can throw in other assassins or things that buff assassins. Interceptor Shadow's Hound from the Final Fantasy set, for example, gives all assassins menace. I mean, that's just great.
Yeah, you can't
So-
block it without two or more, but it's weak. It's just feels really bad. It's this one little hit, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, unless you're generating lots of tokens. So
Or
another
just
thing,
have a
for
lot of
example,
creatures.
that would say, whenever a creature you control dies, at the end of the turn, create a treasure token. Now, if they kill your treasure token assassins, you just generate more treasure tokens. They can attack them next turn.
Yeah. Also, it's nice to call it a treasure token assassin.
I think the card is ridiculous
I
enough.
believe there's another name. It's called cannon fodder. That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, the card's it's good. I love this card, and I think it's going to see play in my play group soon.
Fair enough. All right, let's go on to number 2, unless you have one you want to talk about.
One what?
Commander. A favorite commander.
Marronar.
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 And what does Marronar do?
I make it up. Make me look it up. Give me a second.
All right, while he's looking that up, one of my new favorite commanders, I'm creating a real-world deck with this commander, and I've created a online deck with this one, is Layla, something like that. The Blade Reforged.
Lelia?
Layla, sure, okay.
I don't know. It's hard to read. from here, but-
Red and 2 colorless, haste, 2/2. When she attacks, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card at this turn. Whenever one or more cards are put into exile from your library and or your graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on her. You play this with a mostly land deck. The one I'm creating has 82 lands in it.
Okay.
And it is hilarious when it works. It doesn't always work, and it's very easy to stop with most decks, provided you draw well. But it is absolutely hilarious. And I played this on one of your other siblings,
Yeah, okay.
and it killed him several times.
Oh, okay.
The digital version.
Right. I have a deck that I need to play against you on MTG Arena as well.
Yes, you said it's a one-trick pony like this one.
Yes, it's very much a one-trick pony.
But when it one-tricks, it is cruel and kicks you.
Yes.
Yes.
Speaking of one-trick pony decks,
Yes. You made a deck with Secret Lair of My Little Pony?
Marronar.
No. Well, that's a rat. But
Yeah.
yes, not a pony. It's a one-trick rat.
One-trick rat.
Yes.
Okay. Marronar. 3 and 2 black for a rat rogue. It's 2/3. All rats have fear, so rats can only be blocked by artifact and black creatures. And tap it, sacrifice a rat, put X 1/1 black rat creature tokens into play, where X is the number of rats you control. It's great for a Relentless Rats deck,
Which you own.
which I own and play frequently because it's awesome.
And we do seem to request it.
People request that I play with it.
Don't
and
know
then
why we do, but we
and
do.
then attack me for using it.
Well, to be fair, we attack you for any of your decks.
I've noticed. But yeah, no, it's a fun deck. When you see it pop off, it's like this is fun, this is awesome, and people are like, I don't even mind that I'm gonna die now because that was just
Comedic.
funny, comedic to see it happen. But there's a few different ways that it can go because in there I do have the coat of arms. Creatures get +1/+1 for each other creature that shares a type with it, and a way to essentially gain infinite 1/1 rat tokens from Marinara itself instead of the Relentless Rat. So like there are ways to do things, and it is just fun. Those 1/1 rats become really big real fast with coat of arms. So it's fun. It's
So
good deck.
your opponents need to stop beating them so much.
No,
That won't stop them from growing.
no, the opponents just need to roll over.
Oh.
At that point, the opponents just need to say, "Okay, yeah, I lose."
Or
No, because then
kill
I
all
don't win.
creatures.
There's no or, because if they don't, then I don't win.
Oh, this is very greedy of you.
I, have you seen my deck? It is a very greedy deck.
I have seen it actually.
Okay.
All right. So before we go on, I want to bring up you have something in parentheses next to Layla.
Oh yes, I did. Very.
Was
good point.
that something that you wanted to talk about in addition to Layla?
Yes. So Layla reminds me of this other card, even though this other card's newer.
Okay.
If you could combine them somehow,
Well,
especially. So Fire Lord Zuko,
Yep.
which is red, white, black, which she could be in his deck, but he can't be in her deck. Whenever Fireban X, where X is his power, and then whenever you cast a spell from exile, whenever a permanent you control enters from exile, and whenever a permanent put in +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So she's already putting things in exile and then letting you cast it, and then if you do cast it, he buffs everything instead of just her.
Right.
And she would get 2 buffs, technically.
She would buff herself, and then Zuko would buff her as well.
Right. So it'd be a fun combo, but you have to find a way to make sure that she's out, even though she can't be the commander in that deck.
Right, but she can be a combo piece within a Fire Lord Zack.
Yes, a
Zuko deck.
useful combo piece, absolutely.
Yes. So, yeah, I think that's a good concept. You might not want to run that particular deck with 86 lands,
No.
but yeah, it's a good concept there. I'm actually kind of surprised Zuko didn't make your list, aside from as a sideboard note to the other one.
Well, I have to mix it up and make people wonder why I'm here.
Okay, if that's your strategy, I guess.
No, that's not. But
Okay. All right. So second, I'm gonna go with Tangarth first mate. Tangarth is one of the first characters I was introduced to in Magic lore. I say one of because I've been around for a while, and there were certainly people I knew of before Tangarth, but as far as story that I actually followed, the crew of the Weatherlight was pretty much one of the first instances of lore that I actually followed. And Tangarth was one of those people, first mate of the Weatherlight. So Tangarth is a 5/5 for 4 mana, 1 red, 1 green, 2 others. He is a Minotaur warrior. He cannot be blocked by more than 1 creature.
okay.
And he has this other fairly unique ability that whenever an opponent attacks with 1 or more creatures, if Tangarth is tapped, that's the kicker, if Tangarth is tapped, I may have the opponent gain control of him, attacking one of the players that opponent attacked. So basically, in a multiplayer game specifically, if you're swinging it, I'm swinging with you. I'm your sidekick. And it's a 5/5 creature, so it's a big swing. Additionally, his first ability can't be blocked by more than one creature is really nice if you give him Menace. Now he's a 5/5 straight up unblockable. And if they kill him, he's in the command zone. Now here's the other part of that. They gain control of him tapped and attacking. He is already attacking. That circumvents haste. So if you can figure out a way to tap him the turn he comes into play, any opponent that attacks with him, or that attacks, he can swing with, even though he doesn't have haste.
Nice.
So I think he's a great commander, and especially when you're talking about games that are going to last hours, because you've got 6 players and every player takes 5 minutes a turn.
Hey, I only took under 2 for all but 1 turn. Just pointing that out.
Yep. My point is, it's a great way to accelerate the game. All right. Anybody have thoughts on Tangarth?
Tangarth.
Oh. Let's see. Greg brought up the original incarnation of Tangarth. That's Tangarth Tarloom Hero. 2 red, 3 others is a Minotaur legend. This was from before they started printing legendary creature and then creature types. And in this one, he was 4/4. Attacking didn't cause him to tap. Now they just call that Vigilance. And you could tap 1 in a red and Tangarth, and he would deal damage equal to his power to target creature, and that creature dealt its power to Tangarth.
Target creature fights another
Yeah,
target creature.
basically, it's a creature fights another creature. So
Very simple, very nice, but in my opinion, a bit expensive mana-wise as far for what it does. But
5 mana for a 4/4 that, but it's a 5 mana for a 4/4 that can
With
kill
vigilance and-
another creature.
true.
Right? You attack with them. They don't block the way you want to. You can kill the creature anyway.
And if you buff up, Tangarth, it's just based on its power that it does the damage. So, you can give it however many +1/+1 counters you can fit on a creature these days, and
Yep. So
However
any
many you
creature.
can fit, that would be all of them.
that's what I'm saying. Do all of the damages.
So when he came out, I don't think it was a popular card, but I would have called it a very nice card. Certainly powerful, but 5 mana it's a lot.
That's what I'm saying. But
All right.
All right. So next one, and this is one I was referring to earlier in the podcast. We have Bristly Bill, Spine Sower. He's from Outlaws at Thunder Junction, I believe. I'm not the only one who likes him online. I will say I do not have him in real life. He's green and 1 green and 1 colorless. Landfall whenever land enters the battlefield under your control. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That can be him. That can be other ones. And then you can pay 2 green and 3 other colors, so it doesn't have to be an all green deck. And you can double the number of +1/+1 counters on all creatures. And that's where it gets really fun.
That's where.
And that's also where 100 may not be enough.
Yes. So there's a lot that you can do with that. The thing that people like to pair it up with a lot with, there's a Hydra.
Yes,
I forget what it is.
I've seen it many times.
Yeah, it was in Foundations. It's
Facing-
all if you
facing
have a
me
Bristly
across
Bill
the
deck
field.
online- yeah, if you have a Bristly Bill deck online, you're running that Hydra.
I do have one. I don't know if the Hydra's in it or not. I know a Hydra's in it. I just don't know if it's that one.
And things get out of hand with that, especially if you've got a creature that says tap to add mana equal to its power. You can get some counters on there. Bristly Bill starts doubling it. The next turn, you got double that, and now you can activate his ability 4 times.
You can throw in a space elevator, but that won't give you colorless mana.
Yeah,
But that's one of those spaceship things.
yeah, it is.
so Bristly Bill has been online a lot. Within our play group, we don't see him pretty much ever. Nobody has him.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't own them. Not for real. Not yet.
But I do own the Hydra. So
Actually, wasn't that one of the cards in the intro? Around the front?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yep. So Bristly Bill's good. I would like to see him, honestly, in more of our casual games.
If I own them someday, you will.
All right.
Heartless Hidetsugu,
Of course.
3 and 2 red. It's a 4/3, and you can tap it, and Heartless Hidetsugu deals damage to each player equal to half that player's life total rounded down. There's so many ways to buff this up to like instant kill territory.
So, in my deck I was playing on Friday, I have something in there that says all damage dealt to players this turn deal that much damage again, essentially.
Yes.
Yep.
So that would work on that.
Yes.
Yep, there's a lot of things like that. There's even one that came out relatively recently that says triple damage.
Triple.
Triple.
Yep.
And that
Oh.
is guaranteed an instant kill. The problem with double is that card says round.
Down.
Down.
Yeah.
So you might leave them with one
You
health.
might leave them with one.
We know
Not
how
if you
much
triple it.
However, I would also like to point out that despite there are some ways to do it without increasing the amount of damage done, such as grafted exoskeleton. Equipped creature has infect,
Okay, yep.
so tap it to
Half,
take
half
that
your
many
health in
half.
infect,
Yeah,
which works as long as their health isn't,
under 10
less
or
than
less than
20.
yeah,
Yeah.
that one. But it's also really great for dealing with players who life gain themselves up to like 117.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I only have that deck online. I call it my cat deck.
yeah.
It's
I've-
surprisingly short on cats for a cat deck, but anyway.
In our friendly games, I've life gained other players up to like 170.
Right, and Heartless Hidetsugu
and
would
and,
be like,
and
"Yep,
yourself
done."
up to
I don't think I've broke 200.
no. Well, you have the card that says what you win if you get over 50 on your next turn or whatever it is.
Yeah, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have more than 50 life, you win the game. There's another one, Philadelphia Sovereign, that the cutoff is only 40.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's not in that deck. I didn't feel it was necessary.
Okay.
So, unlike Bristly Bill, Heartless gets
Hidetsugu.
that card. He sees play much more frequently. I believe there's 2 people in our friend group that have Heartless decks. Yep. So,
Mine is just terrible, but I try.
when it pops off, it's
True.
done.
That deck, I built it not with the idea of winning, but with shaking the game up and creating a bit of chaos in the game, because this was in a time when I was getting very bored in Commander games because there was a lot of people playing and they would just take forever. So I'm just like, okay, well on my turn I'm gonna make everybody auction off their creatures, or
If we're gonna take forever, we're gonna do it in a fun, active way.
and then on my turn, I'm gonna flip coins and see if I get to put counters on my Goblin Bomb or whatever it is. And then, I also have Krark's Thumb, so I flip coins and then I choose which one I want to do, and just things to make things a little bit more.
Now it's called
crazy.
what's thumb?
Krark's Thumb.
Sounds a lot like Quark.
Krark, K-R-A
I know.
something.
I'm saying it sounds like a lot like Quark from
sure.
DS9.
Yeah.
Seeing I can see a reskin from that coming from DS9.
Oh,
'cause that's
boy.
absolutely something he would do.
There is a
Oh,
card
boy.
called Krark Thumbless.
That might also happen in DS9. Uh,
Oh boy.
So yeah, I'm just saying.
All right. So are we on to my next one?
I think so.
Okay, so my next one is Amanatsu Fate Shifter. This was a commander print. It was one of the planeswalkers that's been specifically labeled as this can be your commander.
Right.
And it's 1 black, 1 white, 1 blue. So Solid color combo for me. I love black blue. White in there is fine. Um, Enters with 3 loyalty counters, +1, draw a card, and then put a card from your hand on top of your library.
Okay.
Yep. -1, exile another target permanent you control, then return it to the battlefield under your control.
Okay.
Yep. And then the big one that everybody hates. -6, choose left or right. Each player gains control of all the non-land permanents other than Amanatsu, controlled by the next player in the chosen direction.
I only recall him playing it once or twice against us.
I don't use that ability all that often, mostly because my board state with that deck tends to get very large, and I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, well, fair.
Yeah, that's a
It's just, in my opinion, kind of annoying because you're like sitting here like, okay, all these cards, I gotta pick them all up and hand them over, and then now we're getting them back or we're not getting them back. Not a fan
right.
of that ability.
So it works a lot better if the table's on a Lazy Susan. Just saying.
No, well, I mean, I guess if you pick up your deck first, because you get to keep your library.
You keep your library, and it's non-land permanent, so you have to pick up your library, graveyard, command zone, and your lands.
So a Lazy Susan with a rim, where all the stuff you keep is on the rim, and the cards in play are on the Lazy Susan part.
Sounds really expensive to just have a single commander.
It'd be fun.
It would be a utility.
Admit it, you would enjoy spinning that table
I
on
would.
people.
That is something that I would enjoy. So I use this one. The deck itself is actually very planeswalker heavy. And oftentimes my win con comes from other planeswalkers. But I also use that +1 ability with miracle cards. Because I get to draw a card and then put one back on top of my library. Now I can force the miracle, right? And so when I have something like Temporal Mastery, I think that's the one, where it's 2 blue, 3 others take an extra turn after this one, or Miracle for 1 blue, 1 other. And so there's a whole bunch of Miracle cards in there that are just really, really good, and I can put them back on top basically at my choosing. Next turn's going to be a good one. All right, let's put this there, miracle it in, and then we'll make big plays happen. So I've really enjoyed that aspect of it. There's also a lot of cards in that deck that have enter the battlefield trigger, so if I want a -1, I have something that says, like, enters the battlefield, draw a card. Great. I -1, it comes back, it re-enters, I draw another card. So there's a decent amount of card advantage, enter the battlefield. It's a fun deck to play. I would say it's moderately effective as far as my decks go. Probably, I would not put it in the. I don't think I would put it in the top half of my decks for effectiveness. But it's good. I like it. It's fun.
And that's part of what the point is. Fun. They don't necessarily are the best of the best commanders.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a fun commander.
Speaking of fun commanders,
No.
that's my next one.
Nope.
It is Anti-Venom, Horrifying Healer. I consider a good card from the Spider-Man set.
Yep.
It costs 5 white, which is a little expensive. When Anti-Venom enters, if he was cast, return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. So already something someone's killed, you can bring back.
Yep.
And then if damage is dealt to Anti-Venom, prevent that damage and put that many +1/+1 counters on him.
Right. So you Dawn Sire it.
Yes, I have done that before.
Just remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
Absolutely, that's copyrighted Marvel. Anyways, probably is copyrighted
It's
Marvel.
a card
It's a card too, yes.
that you would want to put on that.
Well, the card is also copyrighted by Marvel. Marvel Magic. Marvel Wizards. Wizard Marvels. Anyway. So, with this one, you can do damage to yourself, or to the Venom, and buff him up. You want to give him Vigilance. You may want to give him Trample, may not. Depends on what you're feeling like. May want to give him Flying. And he just absorbs damage. It's great. And then he redirects it. Now, there are cards you can use that all damage dealt to him, or he deals gets redirected outward.
So yes, there's things that you can do that will take the damage that gets dealt to him and redirect it outwards. There's also cards like Pariah, where you can enchant him, and then any damage you take also gets directed to him.
That was the one I was trying to think of. Yes.
So anything that is incoming to you gets put onto him. He gets bigger, and hypothetically, you might even be able to also say, "I'm outputting that damage with a different effect to a target."
Right. And one of the things I've found online when I use my commander deck or brawl deck that I have with him as the commander is that a lot of times people think first strike with death touch will work against him, but it doesn't.
No, it prevents the damage.
And that's, I think, great. So,
Do you want to bring that up?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, it's
Enchant creature you control. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attached to it. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to enchanted creature instead.
and that's the with great power.
With great power.
Yeah.
So you got that, you've got Pariah, you've got a few things that'll just be like, oh, I'm not taking the damage. My guy's just going to get bigger.
And then you give him vigilance so you can swing and still
And then you
keep him as a
downside it.
defender. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. And the best part is they both can be in the same deck.
now the thing that I'm going to say about what was that, anti-venom?
Anti-Venom. Yep. The Brawl version is online. Has a different name because copyright issues. But
Yes. So
and I do own this card for real.
oh,
I just
okay.
do not have a deck with it
That's too bad.
yet.
The thing I'm going to say about anti-venom is the mana cost.
It
5
is-
white.
Yes.
Is harder than it necessarily looks to get to that point. Because it has to specifically be 5 white. It's not just 5 mana.
Right.
You can't 1 mana and then Soul Ring and then do other things to ramp up your colorless mana. And within white itself, there's not a whole lot of good mana ramp.
No,
Now,
but you can Command Tower,
right,
Arcane Signet, I think.
there are things that you can do to mana ramp, don't get me wrong, and white does have some like land tax like effects, right? But 5 white mana specifically is not the same as just like 5 or even 2 different colors and then 3 colorless. It's harder to get to that point.
Another thing you might want is something that generates the mana token there.
Treasure tokens?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Smothering Tithe.
Yeah. No, never seen that card before. Way too much. So, I guess used against me a lot online.
Yeah, it's a big card.
And specifically by the same person who uses the Tasha the Witch Queen.
All right.
So, yeah, I do like it. It's from the Spider-Man deck. I know that set wasn't as well received, but I think it's a great card from it, personally.
All right.
Oh, do I get
Greg,
another chance?
I think it's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start this next one off with a bit of an honorable mention. Okay,
Yep.
because everybody knows someone who plays slivers,
Yes, it's you.
right? And for my group, it's typically me, right?
Yep.
I have a sliver deck. It's not a very well constructed sliver deck. It was probably the second commander deck I ever made. I just threw all the different types of slivers I could get my hands on in there at the time, and it's fun to use. And it's a chaotic mess of different abilities at different times, and it's fun. That being said, the honorable mention here is I don't even actually have this one, and technically you can't really use it, but I think I could probably get away with using it in in this play group, right? But it's called Slivdrazi Monstrosity.
Okay.
For a long time, I thought to myself, they should make a Eldrazi sliver. All slivers have Annihilator 1 or something like that,
Okay.
and are colorless. But Slivdrazi Monstrosity was one of the prototype cards, I guess, they released. And it's Wooburg, one of each color, and then also 1 colorless. It's a sliver Eldrazi. Eldrazi you control are slivers in addition to their other types. And slivers you control have Devoid, which make them colorless, and Annihilator 1. So when they attack, the opponent sacrifices a permanent before they can declare blockers or anything. And then it says tap 3, create a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Sliver creature token. It has sacrificed this creature to add a colorless. That's basically the Eldrazi Scion, except it's a Eldrazi Sliver instead.
So I will note on this real quick that you mentioned it's every color and colorless, one of each. It has to actually be colorless. It
Yes,
can't be as a waste or
exactly.
whatever. Yeah.
Right, you tap like a wastes or whatever to
Soul
produce
Ring.
the colorless specifically. So yeah, but it's also an 8/8.
Yes.
So it's a great card. I love it. It's not quite a real card, but it was printed by Magic on cardstock and whatnot. So
Right.
either way, that's the honorable mention.
Yeah, the only sliver card I own is online. It's Thrumming Hive Pool or something like that,
I know that one.
which
Yep.
I enjoy. It's great.
Yeah. The actual commander I have for my deck. Well, I have 2 cards in there that could be. This one here is Sliver Legion. This is probably the most popular Sliver commander that I'm aware of. But it's 1 mana of each color for a 7/7. All Sliver creatures get +1/+1 for each other Sliver on the battlefield.
Nice.
So it's basically its own coat of arms for Slivers. Makes your Slivers bigger, badder, do more damage, take more damage. It's good. Right? The whole point of Slivers is get a lot of Slivers out of play.
Unless someone's playing a deck that damages you for putting out creatures.
Sliver Hive Lord, real quick.
Just glaze over that one.
Yep. 1 mana of each color, 5/5. Sliver creatures you control have indestructible. Right? That's a good one. There was Sliver Queen a while back. I wanted Sliver Queen for a long time.
You don't anymore?
It's kind of just been power crept.
It's 1 mana of each color for a 7/7, and tap 2 and put a Sliver token into play. That's a 1/1 colorless Sliver.
So it allows you to manufacture slivers at a cost of, what was it, 2-3 mana, something like that. So you can put them out, and they have the abilities of other slivers. But when you're talking about other cards like Brood Sliver that came out after,
I love that card.
Sliver Queen's just been power crept.
Yeah.
So it's not hugely relevant anymore.
Sliver Overlord is the one I hadn't looked up. That one I have, and it is I think it's 1 mana of each color for a 7/7, and that is you pay some mana and target creature becomes a Sliver, and pay some more mana, gain control of target Sliver, so you start stealing everybody else's creatures. Great card. I've gone over a lot of commanders. I tried to go through them really quick because they're all for the one deck, and I just
They're all sliver commanders.
yeah.
Or a sliver of a commander.
What was that?
A sliver of a commander.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, I took so long. Go
Oh,
ahead.
it's fine. It's my turn.
Yep.
Okay, so this is my number 4, and this is not a deck that I've created yet, but I'm definitely going to. This is Turok Dread Cantor. And
Yeah.
so I've mentioned it before. I mentioned it tonight. Fallen Empires is when I started, essentially. And one of the cards then was Hymn to Turok. I had no idea who Turok was. There were a few other cards, around Turok, but that one was 2 black mana, target player discards 2 cards at random. They don't get to choose, which is a pretty rare effect in modern Magic. So years later, decades later, they printed Turok Dread Cantor, and he is 1 black and 1 other for a 2/1 human cleric. Now, he does have a kicker of 2 black mana. He has protection from white, so a little bit of protection there. And whenever an opponent discards a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Turok Dread Cantor. When he enters the battlefield, if he was kicked, target opponent discards 2 cards at random. So it has that original effect that I honestly loved and is actually pretty good still. Um, it built into the card. So you can build a discard deck with this and just hand control your opponents. Um, and it's definitely something that I'm working on. I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. We'll see how it shakes out. But I do like control, and if they're discarding the cards, you don't have to worry about controlling it. So great all around.
Okay. So last one for me.
Yep.
I'm doing an actual one from Avatar this time.
Yep.
It's Iroh Tea Master. That's right, not Grand Lotus or whatever. It's more powerful one it is. Tea
Yep.
Master.
The Tea Master. Yep.
One white, one red, one colorless. When Iroh enters, create a food token at the beginning of your turn. You may have a target opponent gain control of a target permanent you control. When you do, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. Put a 1/1 counter on that token for each permanent you own that your opponent controls. Okay, so one, it's very Iroh, if you know the character.
Yes, I know the character.
Giving out things,
Yeah.
mostly advice, but things. Um, but the other thing is, and this is a note in the rulings, the ruling specifically says that you have to choose the target of the ability before you decide to use it or not.
Yes.
So you have to say, you, Bernie, I'm determining you're the one I'm going to give something to or not. And then you get to say whether you give it to or not. You can't just say, I'm not using it this turn.
Right. So you don't get to say you're not using it this turn. You have to declare the targets, but then people can put other things on the stack on top of it, right? So you have to declare the targets. If they destroy the creature that you are targeting, that may affect it, or the player may do something and say, I'm altering the board state, and you're like, well, now I don't want to do this. You all you have to do is say the targets, and if things change, you can change your mind and say, I'm not going to do this.
Absolutely. But also you can use it to mess with people.
Yes.
I'm choosing you, and the card I'm going to give you is nothing. You know?
Yep.
So you can use it to be true Iroh and build up your forces, or you can use it to be chaotic, like some people we know.
Intro? Certainly not me.
The one who has the Clark's Thumb deck, not chaotic.
It's a Heartless Hidetsugu deck that happens to have Kirk's Thumb in it.
Yep.
And definitely not chaotic.
It was in your intro.
That's not my fault.
I didn't say it was, but it's how I know you, so it is your fault.
I suppose. It's more fun that way. Yeah. Another.
Oh, no, it's my turn, isn't it?
Sure.
Sure.
If you have no
Wait,
more.
no, you just went. It's great.
I
It's
did
great.
number
Go ahead.
5.
I'm trying to think. What other decks do I have? Do I use? Do I want to make?
Okay. Well, while you're thinking, I can do.
Do you want to admit to?
I am in the middle of trying to create one deck, but I wasn't going to go over that one yet. I don't know how it's going to turn out. But, oh, jeez, what was it? It was Volrath, the Fallen. I wanted to make a deck for a while for Volrath.
Okay.
Looking up real good.
He's a little on the expensive side, if I remember right.
Mana-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go while you do that?
No.
Okay.
No, we
There
we are
we can wait.
waiting for Volrath.
Yep.
Here we go. Now it's doing something. So it's 3 and 3 black, so 6. So
Yes,
it's
6.
fairly on the expensive side. 6/4. It's 1 and a black, and discard a card from your hand. Volrath the Fallen gets +X until end of turn, where X is the discarded card's converted mana cost. You don't need to be able to pay the mana cost. You just need to discard the card and show that it's high mana cost.
Right.
Then Volrath gets big, you attack, and do a lot of commander damage.
Right.
So, like, you fill your deck with a lot of big Eldrazi cards. Volrath gets, plus 11/11 for something, and then you do the ability again, and you reveal and discard another Eldritch that happens to be in your hand. Oh, it gets another plus 12, and it's already a 6/4. And so you get lethal commander damage, and then attack. And there's
Or attack and wait till it's not blocked and then use the ability.
also possible.
Yep.
So I'm just commander damage is, well, it's always a threat. I hardly ever see anyone win through commander damage in our group.
Right.
And
Our group does enough chip damage usually where commander damage becomes a moot point.
Right. So I was looking at that. I was like, I kind of want to build a deck to win specifically off of commander damage. Not that would be the only thing it does, but that was a thought process for the deck idea. And just to have something different, to be like, this is the way this deck wins. And I think that commander would be a good way to go about that.
Okay, I think it's definitely a step in that direction. And it certainly has the option of being sneaky and getting through
True.
defenses that it wouldn't otherwise get through. Especially for a card that doesn't have trample or menace or fear or something that's going to force it through.
You could also do things like Whisper Silk Cloak or...
Right, there's a lot of add-ons you can do to it.
Yeah.
My point is, it has the ability to be that kind of covert
Yes.
damage. At 6, it's not really that covert. Nobody really likes taking 6 damage. But people will take 6 damage a lot sooner than they're going to take 30 commander damage.
True.
So, yep. Okay, so on to my last one. And this is actually 2.
Okay.
Yep. So, my commander of choice here is Karlach Fury of Avernus. And this is something that you both saw played on Friday night. Karlach Fury of Avernus is 5/4 for 1 red, 4 others. He is a tiefling barbarian. And it says, whenever you attack, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, untap all attacking creatures. They gain first strike until end of turn, and then after this phase, there is an additional combat phase. He also has choose a background, which we'll talk about that in a second. But let's unpack that first ability first. It says, whenever you attack, you don't have to attack with him. It's whenever you attack, you get that extra combat phase. So you almost always have 2 combat phases. But also, you don't get a main phase in between them.
Okay.
So it has to be attack and then attack again, not attack, cast some sorceries, buff spells, heal your creatures or whatever, and then attack again. It's attack, with him specifically. Now, he also has choose a background, and the background that I pair him with is Sword Coast Sailor, which says, commander creatures you own have, whenever you attack, if you're attacking the opponent with the most life, this creature becomes unblockable until the end of the turn.
Yeah, I noticed.
So the first time you attack, he's unblockable, or he becomes unblockable as long as you attack that right player. The next time you attack, you don't have to attack the player with the highest life total, because he is unblockable until the end of the turn. So at that point, you can attack that player, hit them, and then finish somebody else off, or whatever. And from there, you just need buff spells or effects. Last night, or Friday night, I was using him with the two-sided axe, double. When the creature attacks, you double his power. And because he's attacking twice, his power gets up to 20, just off of that. So that is a pretty big deal. And then if you have any other way of buffing him, he becomes an absolute menace without menace. So I like that. Things that didn't get seen on Friday night specifically, there's a whole bunch of other stuff in the deck that gives extra combats. So you can hit 4, 5, 6 combats in a turn. So that's mine. I think he's a lot of fun, and it's another one of those great for speeding up a game that's otherwise going to go fairly slow.
Okay. And yes, we did see it Friday, and it was cruel. which is why I destroyed you. Anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I literally said it before I did it. I was like, okay, time to turn some heads. And then the next turn I was out.
You turned heads, all
I
right.
absolutely did.
To you.
Yep. It's like the eye of Sauron taking its gaze on me.
All right, now. Oh yes.
I just wanted to say I had completely forgotten about my colorless deck. I'm not going to go over it or anything, but Commander Ultima Origin of Oblivion.
Oh yeah, that one.
Highly recommend it if you're looking for a colorless deck. Look it up. It's great.
All right. So last Friday, 2 days ago,
Yep.
on the same day that your lovely commander came out there and attacked us all,
Yep.
Magic released the Chocobo bundle, among other things,
Yep.
for Magic. It's part of the Final Fantasy release from early in the year. They did a second release with it for some reason. I don't. Well, okay, let's be honest, so people could sell things for Christmas. So we have it here, right here. It's very shiny. Look at it glisten. And so we're going to open it right here, see what's inside. There is this cardboard tear thingy on the side here. If I can get my fingers on it, it has Chocobo footprints on it.
Yeah, and a foil seal.
And a
You
foil
just
seal,
ripped.
which I absolutely just ripped. So this is no longer sealed. Oh well, lost value right then and there.
Well, we'll see. We don't know what the value inside is.
Okay, and there's another box inside,
Oh, that's nice.
and
I can
apparently
take that.
a security tag inside, so we'll put that back in there. Ooh, and some art. And hey, it's a nice inner box here, and on it it has, among other things, someone's favorite Toonberry. Uh,
I do like the Tom Berry.
Tonberries. All right. Nice box. So in here we have a counter for your life total, which goes all the way up to 99. So that's nice.
Interesting.
It has a little baby chocobo on the side, if we want to show that there, and the Magic logo on the other side. And then they shove the rest in the center section of the box. You can get some tokens for use in the game, another little chocobo,
That's kind of fun.
some other little things that you can punch out of the cardboard. Spacer. And then it comes with, I believe, 10, maybe 9. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. 10 of the Final Fantasy regular booster packs. And then it comes with the Final Fantasy Chocobo booster pack specific to this. And then 2 other sets of cards, including a foil Paradise Chocobo, which is actually Birds of Paradise,
Yep.
which is a nice card. So what we're going to start with is go in this Chocobo booster pack. It's not for resale, apparently.
Okay, well, we're not going to sell it.
No, this is the only place you can get it in this box, from what I understand.
In
Yep.
this specific box.
Yes.
None of the other boxes they made will have that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, I thought there was supposed to be a die in here, too.
I don't
It
think
should
so.
say on the back of the box. But I could just be thinking of the wrong pack here.
I don't see a die.
Which is sad.
Yeah, these used to come with 20-sided spin-down dice. I do
Which-
have a good sized collection of those, and they are very, very helpful.
And you can still get those in certain other boxes. It's just apparently not this one.
Okay.
All right. That took some work. So we have a Realm Reborn foil.
Okay.
Sure. That's
Oh, it's a textured foil with chocobo print all over it.
Yep.
That's cute.
I think a lot of those are going to be.
Well, yes, you are right. And it is tap to add 1 mana color. All permanents you control have tap to add 1 mana of any color. 2 green, 4 colorless. There is Riku, Resourceful Guardian.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you... I think this might be just... This pack has it. There's some options for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could be in there.
And so she's blue and 2 colorless. Whenever you put 1 or more counters on a creature, until end of turn, that creature can't be blocked by creatures your opponent controls. And then Steel, which is a move in the game, if I recall.
Yep.
One colorless and tap. Move a counter from target creature an opponent controls onto a target creature you control.
Yep.
That's a fun little card.
So that card was exclusive to the Counter Blitz deck, and then the rest of them should be basic lands.
They are basic foil lands with the feet all over them.
Yep.
So that's fun. All right. And then in these ones, I believe this top one's a scene card from one of the scene boxes.
Interesting.
Yep. So this is Warrior's Resolve. It's an enchantment. Creatures you control have training. When a creature you control attacks another creature with power greater, put a 1/1 counter on this creature with on the creature with lesser power. At the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature with a 1/1 counter on it that attacked this turn, draw a card. That is a rare. It's 1 white, 2 others, and then it has all the other
The basic lands.
the non-foil basic lands.
Wastes
Wastes.
in the very back.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
A Final Fantasy waste. I hadn't seen those before.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, so we'll hand those to you. Keep separate. In with the Birds of Paradise. If I can get it open. Wow, I'm doing great. Oh, there's an actual tear line there. Look at that. So we have the Birds of Paradise. Oh, and then more plains foil.
Yeah.
And a waste.
And a foil waste. Very nice. So there's that. And then, of course, all the play boosters, which are regular play boosters.
Yes.
So that's a nice little box.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Its normal retail price, I think, is like 110, 109, something like that. They're going for a bit more right now.
Yeah.
So, but I like it. The Riku here and the Realm Reborn had a chance of 1 out of 20 cards, I believe it was.
That sounds right.
And so there were 20 options. Not the Tifa, someone we know wanted us to get, but you know that's life sometimes. And then the Paradise Chocobo is in. Is it Paradise? I can't read.
Paradise.
Yes,
It is
Paradise
in-
Chocobo.
That's in all of the boxes.
Chocobo Paradise.
So the scene card is 1 of 10 options, if I recall.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, nice little box.
Yeah.
Cute. Very nice.
All right. I'm just double checking something here real quick. Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. In fact, I'd say, out of all of the cards Magic has ever made, that is one of them.
Yes.
Yes, it absolutely is one of them.
In fact, it's one of the cards of all time.
Real quick, Fate on our stream was saying that they like Sauron as a commander, as a nasty commander.
Yep.
I recall them recently showing me a video with someone putting a bow on their Sauron commander, on the sleeve, not the card itself.
Right.
And they are a huge fan of Tonberries, which they like to play, and I like to destroy before they have a chance to untap.
Gonna be able to fit that back together.
It should be pretty easy.
It's not exactly brain science
No.
or rocket surgery.
Okay.
All right. So, I think the last thing that we were gonna go over is pretty much me going over it. We're gonna talk about proxy cards and recognizing counterfeits.
Yes.
So I'm going to put this out there. MTG does not allow proxies, specifically at DCI events, unless they're issued by a judge. And a judge would issue a card or a proxy if a card was damaged or something through the course of play. So if you're shuffling or whatever, the card gets bent, it's then marked. You'd have to go to a judge and say, hey, I need a replacement for this. And then you can use that for the duration of that event.
Okay.
Right? That's how Magic officially does things. But they do allow playtest cards, not at DCI events. And a playtest card is something that is not designed to take the place of a real card on a permanent basis.
Okay.
Right? You can't use it at a DCI event. It's not meant to, trick people into thinking it's the actual card. A lot of times, it's a basic land with a name of a different card, like scribbled on top of it in permanent marker. But they don't say you can't do that if people want to play test cards and play test decks to see how they function before they build the deck. It's absolutely allowed by Magic rules, just not at DCI events. So within our play group, we allow proxies to be used under the condition that you can also furnish a real copy of the card, and or have one on MTG Arena. Right? As long as you can prove that you have that, we absolutely understand not wanting to shuffle it, because our intro video happens.
Yes.
Which was terrifying.
That is one of the members of our playgroup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may have been a recreation of an actual event
Yes.
that made me really think about proxies.
Yes. Yeah, you didn't really talk about them too much before then.
No, I didn't. So, yeah, that's the
Hurts my
thing.
soul.
But not every play group allows use of proxies, right? In fact, there's a lot of players that don't like it. I do see it from the perspective of, if you have these cards and you respect these cards and you actually want to play with them, go for it. On the other hand, if you don't want to risk them getting damaged because somebody decides they're going to riffle shuffle your deck and you have 4 copies of a $1,200 card in there, that, to me, that's valid, as long as you can say, I've got those 4 copies. Right? So my play group does allow that. Now on to counterfeit cards. Counterfeit cards are cards that are actually designed to fool people into thinking that they are actual cards.
Right.
And Magic has a whole bunch of inbuilt safety protocols.
Anti-counterfeit measures.
Yeah, anti-counterfeit measures. Do we have any cards that we can show?
Well, you know what? Let me open one of these.
Okay, specifically, I'm going to look for the rare one.
The rare one.
The rare one.
All right. So let me just pop this open. Might as well go through it. See what's
All right.
in it.
Well, I guess I'll go for the first, or the one thing first. So, an actual Magic card, if you have an LED light, turn my phone light on for a second, and put it up against the card, you can see through the card. You can see the LED light through the card.
Okay. Can we
Right.
get that on screen? Let's see if that.
I don't know if we can. Does that show?
It shows a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Now, one of the things that Wizards does is there is blue glue in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the light coming through is going to be tinted blue, right? If
Right.
it's a real card. If it's not a real card, it'll come through as white in theory. Now, I'm going to go over a few things here, and
The rare card in this deck is Ultima.
oh, okay. So
And not just Ultima, Artful, Borderless Ultima.
yeah. So, anyway, all of these things that I'm going to say are great tools for doing this. but you can't trust any given one of them. They
Dan,
count.
Dan said he could see the light.
Oh,
Don't walk towards it. Okay.
yep.
Yes.
You should do if your gut is telling you to test a card, you should test it multiple ways,
Right.
So, yeah, that first one, the LED test, it's not infallible. As you move it around, you might even see like spots where the glue is thicker than others, depending on how the card was made in that production.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's very revealing. The second thing would be to take the card and hold it side by side with another card that it's supposed to be, right? Compare the font size, color schemes, spacing,
And
even the
Magic
mana symbols.
Magic does upload it online, so you can see what the original should be.
Right, you just have to find that exact version.
True.
Right. And if you, barring all those things happening, you can actually take the card and put it up to another card from the same set and still compare like spacing and things like that and kind of eyeball it. So that is a tool. Now, Paul, if you would look down on the bottom in the middle, do you see the hollow sticker that's there?
Yes, it's gold,
Yeah.
and it has little Magic logos in it.
Yep.
Ooh, it has other ones too. Neat.
So those hollow stickers are actually one of the, I'm going to say, more recent things that they do. That didn't start until June 2014. And as far as I can tell, it's only done on rares and mythics.
I think some lands too, for some reason.
Maybe. So that hollow sticker is very, very, very difficult to counterfeit, right? And oftentimes, when somebody's trying to counterfeit a card, they'll take the hollow sticker off of a different card and try to put it onto that one. So under inspection, that hollow sticker can appear damaged, right? You might need something like a magnifying glass to actually see it. 'Cause
Right.
it's very small. But if you're looking at a high value card and you really want to inspect it, you know that hollow sticker on a real card probably won't be all that damaged. And then the last thing that I would say that people can do is if you have a magnifying glass or even like a one of the magnifying glasses that jewelers use to see really really small stuff,
Right.
you can see that Magic cards through their printing process, their ink is little dots, right? And those little dots combine together to make the colors, but you can see the dots,
Same way a newspaper's printed.
right? Where a lot of counterfeits won't necessarily have that. That the dots are pretty uniform against or through all the Magic sets. Counterfeits, whatever printing technology they use, oftentimes that gets blurred, right?
Right.
Does that make sense, Paul?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so let's do a little check here. Paul, would you hold this up to the screen, just the front, please? We have a smothering tithe here.
One of my least favorite cards used against me.
Yep. Okay, I'll take that back now. So now everybody's had a good look at it. Question would be: is this real or fake?
Well, I know the answer.
The answer is yes.
Right.
It is real or fake.
It is true. It is real or fake. Yeah.
Okay, so everybody remember the blue glue that I was talking about inside Magic cards?
Yeah.
Well, one thing that you can do is rip them in half.
Yes.
Right. And when you do, you should see blue glue inside of it. And Paul, would you hold up the pieces and show that there is actually no blue glue in there? That was
very
one
white.
of my proxies.
Yes. This is it. You can see not for sale. It's not a real Magic card.
Yes. Sorry, Greg. Yep. So if you were looking closely at that card as it was held up, you would have been able to see that it doesn't have a set symbol. It didn't have the copyright date, and it actually has not for sale down at the bottom of it. When I do my proxies, I'm not trying to fool anybody. And on the back of it, and that's the reason I said just the front. Magic the Gathering isn't printed there. It's just a proxy card. But to illustrate my point, Now we have this one. This is actually a real card, and this one we're gonna rip in half.
Yep.
And now you can see the blue glue.
I don't even know what card that was, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
That was a Retrieve the Esper, and 100% real card, real Deckmaster, Magic the Gathering.
Yep.
Feels good to do that, doesn't it?
No, no, it doesn't.
Now I'm
For
gonna
all-
say
all
I do
you
not
people out-
recommend just ripping your cards in half.
Yeah.
This is
For all you people with
clearly a
pitchforks, he
demonstration.
did it, not me.
But yeah, blue glue. That it is a real thing. You can see it plain right there.
I enjoyed that. You'll recover someday.
Trauma.
Trauma, yes, lots of trauma. I do believe we want to give away some more cards.
Yes, we were gonna give away some cards. So this is some of the play boosters that we used last time.
Yep.
2 sets.
2 sets, yep.
All right, just like last time.
Just like last time.
Just like last time. All right.
I do enjoy when he just walks off. He's like, here, magic. It's a different sort of magician.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are jumpstart boosters, so 2 to go together for 1 standard deck. There we go.
There we go.
We do plan on streaming again, not in 2 weeks, but in 3 weeks.
Yep.
In 3 weeks, we will have another special guest,
Yep.
and we hopefully, our giveaway for that week will be delivered by then.
Yes.
Which is going to be different. You've seen it before, though.
Yep. Yep. And we're gonna be playing a game with those. Right?
Okay, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
My new commander might be ready by then.
I hope not.
I already have half the cards, but anyway. So, yeah. Any last parting thoughts?
Okay, so you did say the next time we stream, it's not going to be the next time we stream per se. We're going to be doing
Next time we podcast.
Next time we podcast.
That will be December 28th at 2 p.m.
Yep.
Right here.
Oh, yeah, hopefully right here.
Yep.
Sure.
That's the plan.
Yep. All right. Well, that's all I've got. I've destroyed some cards. I've talked a lot.
Did you have another card to destroy?
So I was going to use it as another example of a proxy, but I'm not. I don't see any need to destroy another one. Oh, you want me to just destroy this
go
one?
ahead.
Okay, so goodbye, suplex. Let's get a good rip there. Yep.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, we just
Look at
opened
that blue, and that
pack on
that was
stream.
from here, so
Definitely
you know it's
a real
real.
card. It was a real card.
Well, it still is a real card. It's just divided in half. Yeah, tell you what. Since you want to give it a care, you can take half of it.
No.
Okay. And on that interesting note, we will see you next time. We do stream currently on Wednesdays, normal games. We've done Crime Simulator last time. That was comedic. But anyway, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you again to Northeast Collectibles, our location sponsor. Feel free to visit them in person or on their website, which I had somewhere here. It was northeastcollectibles.net. There we go.
Yes,
northeastcollectibles.net. Yeah, that was one of those dots. There we
Yep.
go. And yeah, have a very good day, week, month,
I
everyone.
think at this point it's evening.
Evening.
You opened with evening. We'll end with evening.
Okay, have a good evening, everyone.
If you open with evening, shouldn't he say? No, he said morning. He said evening before. He should say good morning now.
Let's see if I can get us to actually.
What, he said good evening before. I think it's maybe good morning now.
Yes, what I just literally just said.
Oh, I thought you said evening. Okay. I don't think that much time has passed.
Had to reconnect the mouse. There we go. Adios.
Are you sure we're actually going?
Oh, we're still going. We're stuck on. It's terrible.
Aha. Do you need me to come disconnect it?
There is a window overlay that's causing an issue.
Really?
Yeah, that's a new one.
Can't get good. Can't get
Got it.
All right, there we go.